let's find a comfortable seat to begin. So whatever that looks like for you tonight, I'm going to just sit on a little thin pillow in the middle of the mat, Sukhasana, comfortable cross-legged position. But you can always sit in a chair or sit on the floor, the couch. Just make sure your spine is lifted and your hips are settling down to the earth. And just press your hands into your thighs, lift up out of your hips, and just start to arrive in your practice, in our moon day practice, as we head towards the waxing moon. So we're in the waxing moon, we're almost at the first quarter moon. Go ahead and bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly once you're in your seat, and you might just start to rock a little bit. Let your eyes close or soften and begin to access your breath. And see if you can really invite a long, full inhale. The inhale is connected to the waxing cycle, which is where we are. So just really inviting a nice deep breath in, inviting in energy and vitality, warmth, playfulness. These are all qualities of the fixed fire moon, which is the energy we're in right now and for the first half of this week. The sun is in the earth element that rules nourishment and sensuality and slowing down. And then the second half of this week, the moon will actually be in the mutable earth. So we'll have double earth. So we just kind of have this few days of fire to bring in some inspiration, some courage, or whatever it is that we're focusing on this particular lunar cycle. So as you connect to your breath, invite that inhale to sort of wake up that fire element. Allow that inhale to be bright. You might even imagine it as a white or golden light filling you all the way up. And then just allow that exhale to be nice and smooth. So there's a steadiness to the breath, but the inhale expanding the belly, the lungs, the heart, the spine, and the exhale, we just settle deeper into our body, into the earth. So we inhale into this waxing fire moon, and we exhale into the earth energy that is all around us this cycle. Inhaling fire to enliven and energize, and exhaling earth to nourish and to ground and to digest. And just let yourself sit with this for a moment, just a conscious breath practice to balance the energy right now. The first quarter moon is sometimes called the challenger moon. So the intentions we set at the new moon, this is the halfway point before the full moon. And so sometimes we kind of get a little testing, a little challenging. And so we just invite the fire energy to give us the energy needed to face whatever challenges come up this week, or to work with whatever changes need to be made this week. And we will invoke the energy of this waxing moon with our lunar mantra, Om Chandraya Namaha. And you can just listen or you can hum along. Otherwise, we'll take a nice breath in. Om Chandraya Namaha. And then just let your hands release to your knees, to your shins, and let's just start to move through the spine. So as you inhale, you can open your chest up, and then exhale, round back. So just start to move through some seated cat-cow. Inhale, pull your heart open. Again, that revitalizing energy of the inhale as we lift and lengthen and stretch. And on the exhale, we round back. So the fixed fire element rules the heart and the spine. And so in this movement, we're getting sort of that full spinal movement, but there is a little bit of an emphasis on the heart. So as you lift up, we're opening into that heart opener. And as we exhale, we stretch through the back of the heart. So just big, strong, fierce breaths as we move through the practice, as we build the sequence. Let your hands grab onto your shins. Feel the belly draw in a little bit as you open and close. Soften the jaw, soften the face. Such a nice movement, especially if you've been sitting a lot today. Really good to let the spine open and close. And then as you pull forward, hold for a moment. So you're pulling forward, opening the chest, lifting up, even lift the gaze. So gentle heart opener. And then exhale, tuck and round back and hold here too. Even draw your belly in towards the spine as you round back. And then draw yourself up to neutral. Switch the cross of the legs if you've been sitting cross-legged. And then take the right hand down, left arm overhead, and let's just find our side body flow. So again, this emphasis on the heart and spine. So as we move through the side bend, we're rolling the chest open. You can even lift your gaze more towards the sky. Ground through your hips. We're also stretching out the obliques and the side body. So again, big, big breath. Opening and stretching. Roll the shoulders down and back. So have the shoulders down and back. And if it's too much to kind of keep the gaze up as you flow through, you can definitely turn the gaze down or keep it neutral. But when we lift up through the gaze, we do get a little bit more of that heart opener. And then hold whatever side you're on. And you can reach up and open. You can also take the hand behind you or behind the head. And again, we're rolling open. So think about opening up through the chest. So in the side bend, we're opening up the spine, right? But then settle through the hips, roll the chest open, soften the jaw, and then bring it up and switch sides. So depending on your shoulder, might be the same movement with the arm or different. So arm straight up, arm overhead, hand behind the head. If the hand is behind the head, you're gently kind of pressing your head back into your hand. Opening up a little bit more, roll your chest open. And then inhale, reach up, stretch both arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, open the chest. And then inhale, press your palms together around your spine. So think about that cat spine. And then open up through the chest. And a few more like this. So just a variation on that cat cow, bringing a little more upper back into it. So you open into that heart opener, shoulders roll back, chest lifts. And then we round in, elbows touch, forearms touch, open up. And you can even round in a little bit more. Let your elbows start to come a little bit more towards your shins and then lift. So we're getting even more movement here. You might start to feel this a little bit more into the back. And again, how much you open your chest. And then as you bring your arms together, hold for a moment, press your palms together, press your forearms together, have the elbows in line with the shoulders, so shoulder height, and then you're just gonna lift and lower them. So just press your palms together and you're just lifting your elbows, lifting your arms, keep pressing the hands and the forearms, relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, take some breaths. So you lift and lower. And then try to lift and hold and lift. And then release down, release your hands to your thighs and just shoulder rolls, big, juicy shoulder rolls. Soften your jaw. And then reverse the direction. And then squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Big breath in, exhale, let them drop. Again, squeeze, lift, and then let them drop. One more time, squeeze and lift, and then let them drop. And just let your head gently shake side to side. Big inhale and exhale. Extend your legs out for a moment and just give them a little shake if you've been sitting cross-legged, and rock them out a little bit. And then bend your knees and draw your legs together, lift your spine up. Inhale as you lift, and then exhale again, round back. So think about that cat-cow movement, right? So as you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, round back, draw your belly in. Now you can stay with this cat-cow movement, super gentle, really nice way to do this, or we'll bring in a little more abs. You can lift the arms up, and then as you exhale, come back, arms or come down. So following your breath, so when the arms come up and the belly moves towards the thighs, right, we're getting more into the core. And then as you come back, even more core. So just either moving through cat-cow or starting to bring in a little bit of boat pose. If you want a little more, when you come back, you can alternate lifting your legs. We inhale up, big breath, big bright inhale up, exhale, core engages, leaning back. At any point, you can just kind of come back to that variation on cat-cow here. Otherwise, try to come back to the breath. Big, bright, powerful breath. Fire and earth in this waxing first quarter moon. Few more. Using your breath. If you feel like you're losing that powerful breath, then back off. One more to each side. And then inhale, bring it up. Exhale, round in towards the legs for a moment. Just rock that out a little bit there. And then we're gonna hold a boat pose. So you might just keep your hands on your thighs and you'll just round back and you'll hold that cat position. Otherwise, releasing the arms, keep the spine straight and then round back as much as you can, feeling the core engage, and breathe. Pull the belly and lift the chest. Option to lift both legs, keeping the knees bent. Otherwise, you can keep your feet down, draw the belly in, lift the chest. Soften the jaw, relax the face, lift the heart so the heart stays lifted. Take one more big breath. Exhale, release, round in. Rock it out a little bit. And then let's go ahead and make our way up to standing. So take your time, adjust however you need to on your mat to find your standing position. Feet are hip width distance apart, toes pointing forward. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, reach, gather, lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause, breathe into the heart. Take a deep breath in, soften your knees. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist your spine towards the left. Keep your hips forward. And you can reach that left arm behind you and the right arm forward for a moment. A spinal twist. Turn your palms up, draw the belly in. And then inhale, hands back to heart. Exhale, stand up tall, inhale. Exhale, just start to twist. So keep the thumbs at the chest, keep your toes and your hips forward. Start to twist to the right. Option to reach the right arm behind you. Left arm forward, turn your palms up. Breathe as you twist. Long spine. And then inhale, hands to prayer, back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Soft knees for this first Uttanasana. Just stretch out your Uttanasana. So you can always grab blocks or you can do this over the chair or the bed. But bent knees and just rock your hips here. Sway it out. Stretch your spine. Shake out your head. Let go. And then soft knees. Inhale, lengthen up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. And inhale, reach the arms up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep it up, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Hold here, bend the elbows, open the chest. And then inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, hips stay forward, twist to the left, stretch your arms out. Inhale, back to center, bend your elbows, open your chest. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, open up, lift. Exhale, twist to the right, reach the arms out. Inhale, bring the hands back to prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up at the top, clasp the hands, turn your palms towards the ceiling. Push your feet down, lift up as much as you can. Exhale, round forward, palms come forward, bend the knees. Inhale, legs straighten, lift up, stretch up. Exhale, round. And just a few more like this. So again, similar to that cat-cow movement. Now the arms are extended, the palms are pressing out, and the legs can bend and extend as you sit back and roll up. Or you can keep the legs straight and just focus on the upper back. Few more. And then as the hands come forward, hold that round, push the palms away, really push the palms away, press your feet down, hollow out the belly. And then inhale, lift up, press the palms up. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbows, keep the palms still facing up, keep your chin parallel. Roll open, big breath in. Exhale, release, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. And then you're going to turn your hand. So it doesn't matter which side you do first. One hand's going to face forward, the other's going to face it, and you're going to lock your fingers. And you're going to think about pulling your arms apart here. So you have your fingers locked, latched, and you're pulling. Pull on your hands, lift your chest, press your feet down, soften the jaw. And then inhale, lift the arms overhead doing that. If that's too much, keep them in front of the chest. Otherwise, pull overhead, press your feet down, lift up, open the chest, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, switch the clasp. So the opposite hand will be forward now. And again, pull. Pull, pull, pull. So we're really using isometric energy for our shoulders, for our chest, for our upper back. Press your feet down. And again, you can stay just like this or lift the arms up and notice what happens when you lift the arms and pull. Try to keep your shoulders down. Press your feet down. Lift, inhale, and then exhale, release. Release your arms out and shake your arms out. Give them a nice shake. Hand to heart, hand to belly, rock your hips, and then circle your hips. Just give the arms a break for a moment, the shoulders, the upper back. And just come into the hips. And you can soften through the upper back, through the mouth, through the eyes. Keep connecting to the inhale, imagining that inhale connecting us to that fire energy, energizing, inspiring, enlivening. That fire breath is courage and fierceness and devotion and play. Reverse the direction. That exhale connecting to all the earth energy, all this grounding, sensual, nourishing, healing earth energy. Inhale, fire. Exhale, earth. And then slowly come back to center and shake it out a little bit. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend your knees into chair. So chair pose can be barely bending the knees, sitting the hips back, and then inhale, sweep up, reach up, legs straight. Exhale, hands to heart, sit back into chair, and just follow your breath, just moving through a little bit of power pose here. So the thing about chair pose, it is a very earthy pose, but it's also a heart opener. So we're still working with that heart and spine, even as we ground, and of course, build a little bit of heat in the quadriceps, in the core, feel your belly draw in. Next time you come down, hold, but keep the hands at the heart. Just really focus on lifting your chest into your thumbs, sitting back into your hips. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Rock it out a little bit. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees deep, sweep your arms up this time. So you can have the arms up or hands back to heart. So this is more of a traditional Utkatasana. Lifting, stretching. So lifting through the heart, through the back, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Rock it out. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up into that chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep your legs as they are. And again, twist to the left. Keep the thumbs towards the chest or reach your arms out. Try to keep your knees forward, toes forward. Inhale, hands back to heart. Exhale, start to rotate to the right. Maybe reach your arms out. Variation chair twist. Sit back into your hips. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it out. Now you can stay in Uttanasana, or if down dog is part of your practice, walk it out to down dog for a few breaths, that nice long spinal extension. Otherwise, just stay in Uttanasana, rock a little bit. You're in down dog, walk your hands back. Everyone inhale, lengthen up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. This time, roll it up one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Soften the knees and just start to not windshield. I always switch those two. Windmill the arms. And this can be a bigger movement if you have more room. You can bring your arms up a little bit more so that they're kind of in that shoulder height position, or just keep them down low. And just take a big breath in and let out a dramatic sigh. Fixed fire is also connected to drama. Big breath in. One more time. Start to slow it down. Bring your feet back into hip width distance. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Let's add a lion's breath, sticking out the tongue. Inhale, reach up. 2 more. Hold and lift. And then give yourself a hug. Bring the right arm under left. Hold your shoulders. Elbows stacked. And you can stay just like this. You can also bring the back of the hands together or the palms together for eagle arms, and you can breathe. Now, if you want, you can come back into chair and stay just like that, or you'll stack the right foot over the left, letting the toes balance you, or you can hook the foot behind. So any variation of eagle, half eagle, whole eagle, partial eagle. If you are in full eagle, we want to start to line the elbows and the knees up, lifting the chest, soften the jaw. Take a big, big, full, fiery breath in. Exhale, release, slowly lift and unwind. Open your arms up, open the chest here. And then exhale, give yourself a hug, left arm under right. So this side might be the same variation, maybe different. Maybe you just stay here and hold the shoulders and breathe. Maybe you bring the back of the hands or the palms together. Maybe you find chair. Maybe the left leg crosses over the right. Ooh, one time or maybe two. I don't think my left leg's gonna cross that second time on this side. That's okay. Line up the elbows and the knees. So heart stays open. This is a heart opener if you're in that chair position. And if you're wrapped, we're lifting up through the chest. So this is a deep compression balance pose, but also really good to get the flushing through the upper back, through the lower body. Very cleansing. Take another big breath. Exhale it out. Slowly release. Sweep those arms open again. Open the chest. Breathe here. And then exhale, release, and round down. Shake it out. Option to stay just like here at Uttanasana. Option to come to down dog. Option to come to plank pose. So plank pose can be with knees up or knees down. Plank pose can be arms straight or on your forearms. So for the next few breaths, you're holding a forward fold, you're holding a down dog, or you're holding a plank, depending on your fire energy right now. Full breaths wherever you are, full fire breath. And then from wherever you are, we're going to make our way down onto the belly. So if you're in Uttanasana, you can just crawl out. If you're in down dog, crawl out. If you're in plank, you can lower down. Come down to the earth. Tops of the feet down, pelvis down. Press the pelvis down, thumbs in line with the chest, elbows in. Forehead down or one facial cheek down. And then inhale, lifting into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. And that can be a low, I just got my mouth, low. And then you're lowering down, something comes into your mouth if you're talking. Elbows back, shoulders back, breathing. Soften the jaw. Inhale. Exhale, roll it on down. So you can stay with Cobra. You can also do Sphinx, which is on your forearms, or we're going to work with a little bit of Locust. So again, you don't ever have to do Locust. Locust can be done with the arms by the sides. The arms can come out to the sides, even in that goalpost shape. You can also clasp your hands. But though either way, any of these poses, they start by lifting the chest. So first we lift the chest, and that can be in Sphinx, Cobra, or Locust. If as you lift the chest, that feels comfortable and the pelvis stays down, you can lift the legs. And then you can play with bringing the arms straight by your sides, out to the side, goalposts, or even stretching them forward. And it doesn't have to be a big lift. As you lift through your arms, your legs, you can clasp the hands and stretch up. Take another big breath wherever you are. And then exhale, lower down, forehead down, one facial cheek down. If you're turning your face down, make sure you switch sides. We're going to do one more. So again, it can be Cobra, it can be Sphinx, it can be Shalabhasana, the same version or a different version. But again, either way, we start by lifting the chest, pelvis down, then maybe we lift the legs, and then we adjust the arms. Whatever we're doing, but we're able to breathe. So those full breaths, that big inhale, bringing that fire energy in. Exhale, earth energy. Couple more breaths wherever you are. And then release. You can bend your knees here and rock your hips out, roll your head. So we're going to come into a shoulder stretch. And it can be done on the floor. It can also be done at the wall. I'm going to demo it at the wall because I think that'll be an easier way for you to see me. And most of you are familiar with this, but essentially from the floor, you'll have your right ear down, and then you can stretch your right arm out to the right palm down, or you can bend at the elbow. And then with your left hand, you're going to kind of roll yourself back over that right side. And so from standing, which is basically the same pose, you would have your right side closest to the wall, the right hand behind you straight, or you can have the arm bent, chest forward, and then you start to rotate away from it. So on the floor, right, you'd be rolling that way. The left hand can stay at your hip or come behind you. When you're on the floor, you want to keep that right ear down, but standing, you want to draw back. Want a nice, really, really nice long spine. So you can do this on the floor, you can do this standing, or you don't have to do it at all. You can just come back into Sphinx or Cobra, or rest on your belly, or take a child's pose. Few breaths. This is not my favorite pose. There's actually quite a few years where I would avoid this pose. But again, the fire energy is courage energy. So we breathe that in. Take another big inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Slowly release. So if you are on your belly, you might again stretch your arms forward or down by the sides. If you're standing, you can rock it out. Give yourself a moment, and then we'll do side two. So whether you're down or up, left hand out, palm down, or elbow bent. Left ear facing the wall or on the mat, and then you start to rotate your body. Either you're rolling your body towards the left side or you're rotating away here. And we breathe, long spine, chin parallel, soft face. Relax your neck, take another big breath in. Open mouth, slowly release, shake it out. So we're going to do a twist for the upper back to release that. But again, I'm going to give you a couple of options. So if you're comfortable on your knees, when you're ready, you would roll back to either child's pose. You can also come to tabletop and move through some cat-cow. If you can't be on your knees, go ahead and just take a moment seated and do cat-cow and just stretch it out. And then again, this twist can be done from either child's pose, which is sort of the most gentle, tabletop, which is sort of active, or you can either be in a down dog or an uttanasana with your feet wider. Because we're going to bring the right hand forward, and then we're going to reach the left arm up and we're going to thread it under, bringing the left shoulder and the left ear down. So if you're in child's pose, your hips are back, your left ear is down, the left arm's under, and that right arm is stretching out. It can also come behind the back. Same thing if you're in tabletop. The hips are square, right hand is grounded, or you can reach it up and behind you. If you're in Uttanasana, you would have the right hand forward, and then that left hand would be reaching for the right thigh or shin or the ankle. So again, it's that same movement. We're twisting under. And this just really gets into that upper spine. So if you have a favorite version of this, you can take it. I would say my favorite is probably child's pose. But if that doesn't feel good for your knees or your hips, either of those other variations are still going to get into it. And either one of those is deeper as well. Child's pose is more mild, which I'm okay with right now. So just take a few more good breaths. Slowly unwind. And if you're in the standing version, you can just sort of rock it out in Uttanasana. You can do some cat-cows here or any other movement that feels good. And then when we're ready, that left hand comes forward, right arm up, and then weave it under, right ear down. And you might do a different version just depending on how your knees, hips, and shoulders are feeling. This side's more, excuse me, open or more tight. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly unfold so you can just hold child's pose or Uttanasana or one more set of cat-cows. And just feeling into this body, if anything else is needed right here from this position. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way onto our bottom. And we're going to open the legs wide. So for Upavishta, you only have to open the legs as wide as it's comfortable for you. So that even can just be mat distance apart, but it can be as wide as you want. We do want the sit bones down, so it can be nice to sit up on something, and the toes and the knees are facing up. It's okay for the knees to be bent though. So nice and wide stance here, up on the sit bones. Soft knees, lift the chest. And we'll take the right arm down the right leg, left arm over. We're going to find that little flow we kind of did in the beginning. So you're going to stretch up and over each leg. Toes are pointing up, hips are down. Relax the shoulders. And just find a little flow here into the spine, into the heart, into the side body. And we're going to hold. So whatever side you're on, the arm can rest on the leg. It can also be inside the leg or even grabbing the opposite leg. Top arm can be overhead, up overhead, behind the head, behind the back. And you can think about rolling the chest open for that heart opener, but make sure again, the toes and the knees are facing up, hips are down, lengthening up and over, whatever side you're on. Big breaths. And how really inflating and opening. Next big breath in, reach it up and then over to the other side. Rolling the chest open, finding whatever movement feels right on that top arm or the bottom leg. You can also bend the bottom arm and let your head rest. We do that in restorative and yin. I think about the other side, but on this side, for some reason, my head felt very heavy. So that is always an option too. And breathe again, wiggle your toes, make sure the toes are energized, long spine, soft face, soft eyes, relax your jaw. And take one more big breath. And then roll your chest forward. So you can come onto your hands, your forearms. You can reach your arms out, or you can bring your hands behind you for more support. Lift and lengthen and just point, like just roll your feet out for a moment. Let them roll both ways. Or point and flex. And then you can keep the toes flexed. and start to fold in a little bit more. And you can always use pillows or bolsters here for Upavishta. And toes pointing up, knees soft, long spine. So again, really think about lengthening the spine here. Softening the jaw, getting into the calves, hamstrings, hips, back of the heart, back of the lungs, kidneys. Few more breaths. See if you can break the breath a little bit deeper, fuller, brighter. Big, big inhale. Exhale everything out. And then slowly start to roll yourself up. Gently draw those legs in. And give yourself a hug. And we are going to take a 10-minute Supta Baddha Konasana because it feels like a good way to end that particular sequence. So if you have bolsters, you might want to grab bolsters. If not, you can use bed pillows or you can fold up blankets. But what's then kind of nice and long, basically long enough for you to lay back over. And this can be more of a yin or restorative, depending on how you're feeling. So kind of the more yin way to do this is to just be able to lay up and over something and then have something underneath the thighs. Restorative will use like the blocks and a little bit more. So you can definitely do that. And if you feel like this is a pose that you can stay in 15, 20 minutes, because that's what we do in restorative, you're welcome to leave the practice so that you don't get interrupted. But we want to support the thighs, soles of the feet together. And as you do that, you might even just kind of feel into if you need any other kind of movement here. But then you're going to lay up and over. So the hips are down and we're up and over. So the bolster is this really nice length for the spine, right? So your hips are down, your thighs are supported. We're opening the hips, we're opening the belly, opening the heart, but it's very grounded. So Supta Baddha Konasana is like everything is opening. And all those parts of the body we were focusing on, right? Like the heart, the spine, we're getting a little extra hips here. And then you can relax your arms, you can cover your eyes, cover your body. But as we head into, double earth for the second half of this week, right? Something really grounding, but also really opening. So you can take your time to get here, make yourself as cozy as you comfortably can. And then once the body is comfortable, once again, can we make the breath really big for at least the first couple of minutes here? Can we make that breath just really full? And maybe you even count it out and you really try to lengthen it. How long can you make your breath? Maybe imagining on that inhale, breathing in that white or golden, fiery moon energy, filling you up, your face and throat and chest and arms, your spine and back and belly and hips and legs and feet. Every inhale, breathing in that warm, waxing firelight. And on the exhale, feeling the body, the muscles, the bones settle into earth for deep nourishment, rest, nurturing, healing. We breathe in that fire energy that illuminates, inspires, offers courage and wisdom. We exhale into that earth that is so caring, supporting, regenerating. And as the breath continues, you can imagine a little flame at your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, and you're just letting the breath expand and contract into the flame at the third eye. And the flame of the third eye ignites a flame at the center of the throat. And then you feel the breath expanding, contracting this flame at the throat. And then it moves and activates a flame at the center of your heart. And you feel a flame ignite at the right side of the chest, the right shoulder, a flame at the right elbow, right wrist, and then little flames ignite at the tips of the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring, and pinky finger. Little flames at the tips of the fingers, the right wrist and elbow and shoulder, the center of the chest, and then back at the heart. And the flame at the heart ignites a flame at the left side of the chest, which ignites a flame at the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist. Little flames start at the tip of the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Flames at the fingertips, at the wrist, the left elbow, the left shoulder, the left side of the chest, and back to the heart. The flame at the heart grows brighter and ignites a flame at the solar plexus. And the solar plexus radiates with the breath, warm and powerful, so much so that it sends a flame into the lower belly, a few inches below the belly button, warming the low belly and igniting a flame at the tailbone. And you breathe into the flame at the tailbone, and it ignites a flame at the right hip, which spreads to the right knee and the right ankle. And again, down to the tips of the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Little flames at the tip of the right toes, the right ankle, the right knee, the right hip. Back to the tailbone. And the flame at the tailbone expands and contracts and then ignites a flame at the left hip, left knee, left ankle, and little flames at the tip of the left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and pinky toe. Flames at the tips of the left toes, at the ankle, at the knee, the hip, to the tailbone. Feeling these flames in the feet and the legs and the tailbone, purifying, balancing fire and earth in the legs and the tailbone. And then again, that flame in the tailbone connects to the flame in the low belly, which connects to the flame in the solar plexus, which ignites brighter as it connects to the heart. The flame at the heart reaches out down the arms and the hands, back into the heart, and then up into the center of the throat. And that flame fills up and connects to the flame at the third eye, which connects to a final flame at the crown of the head, opening towards the waxing moon. And that first quarter moon, the half moon, shines down a golden light, connecting to all these little flames, whole body illuminated, inspired, enlivened, whole body filling with the courage and energy and confidence of this waxing energy. And you feel these little flames warming and cleansing the body, the fire and the earth element dancing and finding balance, the fire supporting the earth, and the earth supporting the fire. And you allow yourself to rest, whole body awareness, whole body blessed by firelight and half moonlight. Inhaling into this fire energy, exhaling into the earth, letting everything else go. As you feel back into the breath, into that warm, fiery moonlight mixing with grounded, nourished earth energy. Maybe you come back to deepening the breath. Or maybe you just sense into this moment, honoring yourself for coming to your practice on this moon day, tuning in to the lunar templates of the week, allowing the fire and the earth to guide you into the week. The soles of the feet are together. You might want to bend the knees or extend the legs to release the hips. And then possibly start to wiggle fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Making any other sounds or movements that feel good. And you might roll to one side, or depending on how much support you have, it might be easier to just roll forward. Take your time, take a couple of breaths. And if and when you are ready, you may bring yourself up to sit. Hand to heart and hand to belly. And you can gently rock. Relax the face, honor your heart, your spine, your body. We seal the practice with sound. We'll work with the fire seed sound tonight. The fire sound is Ram, R-A-M. And you can just listen or hum, or we'll tone 3 Rams. The first Ram, honoring that fire energy in yourself. Second, offering those fiery blessings out to loved ones or those who are suffering. And our final Ram, we offer in gratitude to our Mother Earth and our Grandmother Moon for teachings and blessings. You can join in or just listen. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Ram. 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 And you can bring your hands to your heart, rub your palms, take another breath. Stretch your left hand to the left palm up, right hand to the right palm down, as though we were sitting hand to hand in our virtual moon circle. Taking one final shared breath, lift up, lift open, and then exhale, hands to the earth, and we bow. Om Chandraya Namaha. Many blessings for this waxing moon week, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.